What's going on, guys? It's Logan back with another video today. We're going to do another fitness Reddit Q&A to hopefully answer some more questions online. I really liked doing this last time. I got a very wide scope of questions to help quite a bit of different individuals. So we're going to head right on over to the fitness Reddit forum again for the daily simple questions thread. Today is August 24th, 2021, and we'll get right into this. So let's take a peek at this and we'll see what we can find. Okay. So we'll do this question here. Should I be doing shrugs and calf raises? My focus is hypertrophy, and though I don't plan to set on stage, I want to have a well-rounded physique. The reasons I'm thinking about no longer doing calf raises or shrugs are the following. I'm usually too tired to get good reps in at the end of my workout. I train rear delts 3 times a week and do deadlifts 1 time a week. I train back 2 other times. I do hamstring curls and RDLs weekly. Yeah, so if you're trying to maximize muscle growth of any muscle, you obviously want to train that muscle at a frequency that gives you a good enough stimulus. So for most muscles, 5 to 10 sets a week are going to be kind of the optimal range. You can push it a little bit higher, but usually at least that many sets are good for hypertrophy. One thing about calves is that they're very hard to grow. They're a very genetic muscle, as I call it. Where, some individuals may have very well-defined calves, but actually growing the size of them is very difficult. And there are some individuals who may have never even lifted a weight in their entire lives and may look like they have giant, huge calves. So that's kind of something to consider about calves. Shrugs, you are getting, so a shrug, you're essentially working your trapezius muscle mainly. And a shrug, you do get a little bit of trapezius work doing deadlifts and some certain back exercises, but I would say if you're trying to grow your traps specifically, that doing some type of shrug or weighted carry would be definitely beneficial to grow your shrugs. I'm interested in this first reason. I'm usually too tired to get in good reps at the end of my workout. Both of these different exercises are very, very I guess easy to fit in my eyes. They're not very demanding physically to do some calf raises or shrugs in my eyes. So I'm kind of wondering, how tired as a whole he is, and maybe he should adjust his training volume of the other stuff. And also hamstring curls and RDLs don't specifically target either of these. RDLs, you would get a little bit of trapezius activation, which would help, kind of similar to those shrugs, but yeah, I would definitely keep going at it if that's something you want to grow. You might need to kind of adjust your other training volume, though, if you are too tired at the end of your workouts. Let's see here. Okay, this is a good one. So why do people go for a run around the gym after not leg related exercises? Okay, so it's kind of oddly weird worded here, but I think this individual is asking, why do individuals typically go for a run after workouts that don't really involve legs too much? And this could be due to a couple different reasons. What I've seen and how I would approach it is, if you are doing a very leg intensive heavy workout and then go do a run afterwards, your legs are already going to be pretty fatigued from that strengthening workout, which may then affect your run. If you do have goals that are going to be increasing running performance and getting the best out of your runs, you may need to kind of consider this and either run on separate days, kind of like what he's saying, where individuals do an upper body workout and then run, or just run on a completely different day with no weight training at all. It's kind of dependent on your goals. Again, if you're trying to maximize your performance, maybe you got a race coming up and lifting is kind of not your primary thing, that's something to consider. However, if you are just doing normal health and fitness stuff, there's no really downside in the long term to doing leg workout strength wise and then doing a run afterwards. Sometimes I actually like doing that too if it's not too intensive of a strength exercise, because my body's already warmed up, my legs are already warmed up, and I don't have to do a huge long running warm up. But again, it depends on your goals. Yeah, so that is how I would answer that one. Okay, we'll see if we can do one more here. Let's get on here. Okay, going out of town for a week, won't be back until Saturday. I'm already decreasing the amount of calories I'm letting myself eat to account for this. I won't be able to lift weights until Saturday. Still going to be around 30 minutes of intense cardio a day on a rowing machine my friend has, going to be doing intervals. Question: should I decrease the amount of protein I'm eating this week since I won't be able to lift until Saturday, or should I try and meet the goals I normally set? Normally I eat around 0.6 grams per pound. Okay, so there's a lot to this question. The first one is he's going out of town for a week, won't be back until town Saturday. So normally if you are doing kind of like a deload week or a different type of week, I wouldn't touch calories too much. It looks like he's decreasing the amount a little bit, and honestly, that's okay. I do that a little bit. You got to keep in mind though, when you are doing these deload weeks or even complete off weeks, your body is still recovering from all that hard training that you did beforehand. So it's super important to get enough calories in to allow your body to still recover during that off week. With that said, since you aren't going to be doing as much physical activity, it is a good idea, if you are prone to gaining a lot of excess fat, to just kind of bring this down a little bit. It still says he'll be doing 30 minutes of cardio a day. So honestly, he might not want to touch the calories, because in essence, weight training itself doesn't really burn a whole lot of calories. It's that cardio that will burn a lot of calories. Second part of this question: should I decrease the amount of protein I'm eating this week since I won't be able to lift? The answer, 100% no. You should actually increase your protein. When it comes to maintaining muscle mass when you are not lifting, decreasing protein is one of the worst things you can do, because protein actually helps signal your muscles to grow. So essentially, if you're decreasing your protein, you're actually giving your body less of a reason to keep that muscle in the off week. So I would try to meet the goals, and I would honestly definitely exceed them, especially if you aren't going to be eating as many calories. That extra protein may help satiate you, but yeah, definitely at least meet the protein goals for yourself, if not go over it. Super good question, and I think that's a good point to wrap up. Hopefully you enjoyed something out of this week's fitness Reddit video, and we'll see if we can keep these going. These may be week to week, they may be every other week, I don't really know. But I really like doing them again, and hopefully you got some value out of it. So we'll make sure to catch you in the next video. Thanks for clicking on it, and we'll see you.